I have the entire resort to myself, so here I am. Hello there. Is anyone out there who can't swim but have a love-hate relationship with water? I love it, love it, love it. I've always lived near water. I'm, always near a beach. Even in Brooklyn, I seeked out a place, and the place I found was, water in the backyard. There are boats and, swans and ducks. Yeah, I'm always near water. Lived in Puerto Rico, near the beach. But yeah, always had a fear of water. And I mean a fear in terms of like, I can't swim. Does anyone else out there have that? Where you can't swim, but the crazy story is, as a child, I almost drowned. I remember very distinctly going underwater several times. Our parents would take us on picnics, I guess the interior, and there were these creeks, and we would have amazing times. I have amazing memories with my friends and family, but I almost drowned, I think twice. I remember twice. And I was told later on as an adult that I went under 2 times, and both times I went down twice. And they say if you go down the 3rd time, there is no coming back. And I've never tried. And I think also that kind of comes from my mother. Even to this day, if I tell her I'm gonna be near the ocean or a beach or whatever, she's very like, be careful. And I think we instill those things into our kids, right? And I think my mom's fear has been something I've had to overcome and just do me, and in life in general. I mean, our parents teach us things and they mean well, but you gotta do things your way. I do have this phobia, and I don't know if it's so much of a phobia than I can't swim. I was in Vieques last time. The guys that were there working with me, they were so sweet. They would take me out and teach me to float, and I actually was doing it after a while. And it's really, I can't swim. It's like the secret. It's not so much of a big deal anymore because here I am. And the funny thing is, the great thing is, I'm working in Malaga, Spain right now, and this resort, sometimes it's busy and sometimes it's not, and today I have the entire resort to myself, so here I am. One of the things that, as much as I have this thing where I can't swim in the back of my head, I've gone out and kayaked in the ocean and in the Caribbean Sea, and I remember the first time I was sent by my friend Lauda to Culebra Island while I was in Puerto Rico. She sent me out to her friends, and her friend's boyfriend was a tour guide. I'd never kayaked in my life. He took me out like 6 o'clock in the morning with a group of people. I did it, and I remember it was so scary, but I was so ready to try it. I didn't do the snorkeling because I wasn't ready for that, and we all went to this like a smaller island, and I just was like, no, I'm not gonna snorkel, I'm just gonna wait here. And then after like 45 minutes of waiting, I just decided I'm gonna be Mr. Adventurous guy and get in a kayak and find my way back. And crazy, I took that boat, and I mean, the views were amazing, just looking at the water and the creatures passing by and the beautiful reefs and coral. Oh my God, it was stunning. Then I realized it wasn't like I was leaving one island to get back to another, because I looked around and there were several, and I was like, oh shit. I was lost. I had a lost moment. And I kind of just picked an island, sat there and waited. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for the tour to pass back. And then sun was so hot. It's the middle of the day. It was quite some time. It felt like hours. It must have been hours. And while I'm sitting there, this couple like snorkeled out of the water, and they're like, are you okay? What are you doing out here? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just waiting for the tour to pass back. They actually went and got me water and fruit, coconuts and bananas, and left me food. I'm like, oh God, I'm stuck on an island here. But yeah, time passed, and And then I saw the tour in the distance, but you know, I ended up catching up with them, and yeah, that was my first experience of kayaking. But from that day, I've loved kayaking so much. I cannot swim for my dear life, but we've gone out. I even swam, well, floated with my roommates in Vieques. One night, the tour guide from the bioluminescence bay. Oh my God, that's heavenly. One of the strongest bioluminescence bay in the world is in Vieques, and he took us out. One of the tour guide became one of my friends, and he took all of us out. I asked him to take the house, and it was like the one time the entire house got together, and we had such an amazing time floating in the bay, which is not allowed, by the way, because they try to preserve it. But it was one time, and it was like 2 a.m. in the morning, and just remember in a circle floating. You know, we had life jackets on, of course, and we were just floating in a circle, and the bubbles are just, our entire bodies are just lit up, and we're doing angel wings, and just a surreal experience. As much as I have the phobia and I cannot swim, I've experienced quite some amazing things in the water. Here I am sharing with you my fear for water as I'm in it. All right. But anyway, does anyone else out there have a fear or, you know, cannot swim, is what I should say, but, you know, love water and, you know, share away? I'd love to hear. I'm not alone in the world with this, you know, secret. Not so much of a secret anymore, right? I'm gonna end it on that note. I just want to share my experiences, and I want to see if you have experiences to share with me. I'd love to hear. Thank you for joining me. I am in Malaga, Spain. Remember, if something is not working for you, change it. And if you can do it anyway. All right? God bless. Be well.
Can you change your mind? Can we do it again? Can we start it